They're so loud. They're so rude. They're so stupid. Why is everything so big?
I feel like now I was like tricked into hating them. Like it was propaganda. I was brainwashed into hating Americans from a young age.
I can safely say anyone outside of the US, ignore the media, because this is the best place I've been to.
I give you guys a huge apology because us Brits are missing out of the USA. Honest.
Do you hate them for a good reason, or do you hate them because you were brainwashed into hating them?
For years, the internet's favourite joke was America. Too loud, too rude, too much of everything. Then the World Cup happened, and the people who spent years mocking this country actually got on a plane. And one by one, on camera, they're saying the same thing. They were wrong. Not a little wrong, completely wrong. Keep count of how many times you hear the same three words in this video: propaganda, brainwashed, apology.
The amount of hospitality and kindness and care and pride Americans hold is truly like no other country I've been to. And to show you a perfect example of that, today is Flag Day, National Flag Day. And I went to the Huntsville Square. They did the whole ceremony where they lower the flag and I guess put a new flag up for the year. And that was obviously followed by the American national anthem. And it was just so nice to see everyone get their hat, take it off, and respect the country.
A flag ceremony on a random Tuesday, and he's calling it one of the best parts of his week.
The communities are so tight-knit together. I've got fantastic neighbours, and they are always coming over to see if I need anything. After specifically living in Arkansas for almost 6 years, I can safely say anyone outside of the US, ignore the media, because this is the best place I've been to.
Thank you for visiting. Our neighbours from around the world have brought joy to our hearts and lives. And that's the part nobody's scripted. That's a regular American reading a stranger's video and actually getting emotional about it. That's not tourism marketing. That's just what happens when people show up.
Listen to what he said.
Yeah, finally, some normal food.
I'm in America for the World Cup and trying Chick-fil-A for the first time. We've got a spicy chicken burger, fried potatoes, and a Coke Zero. Let's dig in, shall we? Oh my days. Get in!
Hands down, the best thing on social media right now is Europeans discovering American food. I told y'all we do everything better. You got this girl right here that says she's hooked on American condiments. She called it crack. She said she won't ever be able to live without it again. You had another guy that went to Raising Cane's for the first time, and he act like this was the best food he ever had in his whole entire life. And now I gotta ask the question, what are they really eating on the other side of the world? They food must not have no seasoning. It must not have no substance because they loving this shit.
For years and years, Europeans have taken the piss out of America. They're so loud. They're so rude. They're so stupid. Why is everything so big? Why do they love their country so much? All of those people right now are eating their words. Because of the World Cup, people who wouldn't normally go to America are going to America. I am seeing reaction videos everywhere. People are loving it.
Not sarcasm, not sponsored. That's just what happens when the stereotype meets an actual plane ticket.
Once you truly experience America, you won't want to go anywhere else in the world. They are loving the food, they're loving the culture, they're loving the people, they're loving the size of everything. People are starting to understand how amazing America truly is, rather than just listening to the media and what other people have told them.
Think is really sad is how much Americans get hated on, especially by Europeans. Lived in America for a year now, and I actually think that Americans are the most happy, positive, like really nice people ever. Like, really funny because I live in New York and everyone is always like, oh my god, New Yorkers are so mean, people in New York are so mean. But I think like people in New York are just like maybe the least friendly of the Americans, but because they are still American, they're still like really nice people.
Let that sink in. The one American accent everybody loves to mock, and she's saying even that city is the flaw for how nice it gets here.
I was honest to God conditioned into hating Americans. Like when I used to work in a restaurant in Ireland, when Americans would come in, everyone would be like, ugh, Americans. And now looking back on it, like, you know, they were always the nicest people. They always tipped extremely well. Like, they always asked, like, what I was doing, very friendly. So, yeah, I feel like now I was, like, tricked into hating them. Like, it was propaganda. I was brainwashed into hating Americans from a young age.
That's not a compliment. That's a confession. She's not saying Americans got nicer. She's saying somebody lied to her on purpose for years, and she's not the only one about to say it.
All right, so watching all these Europeans in America for the World Cup has been freaking awesome. I love it. It gives me a little bit of jealousy since in 2018, Chicago withdrew their bid to even host any games here. You guys rock, whether it's, you know, the food reviews, which there's way too much crap in the food anyways, but it still tastes good, to, you know, the Walmart with the oversized crap in Walmart. I guess that's your #1 destination when you come here. To the Scotsman. I gotta give a shout out to the Scotsman in Boston. You guys party hard. I freaking love it. I wouldn't be able to keep up with you.
Even the guy whose own city didn't get a single game is having the time of his life. Now watch what happens when someone from an actual we hate America country shows up.
Guys, I think we owe you a big apology, because what we think America's like is exactly not what it's like. Like the news outlets in the UK say America's this, say America's that, say America's this, say America's that. I'm not going to get into detail, but listen, when you go to America, you actually see what it's like with your own 2 eyes. Honestly, people are so nice here. The hospitality is amazing.
Notice what he blamed, not Americans, the headlines.
You need to go to America to experience it, because if you're not, then you're missing out. You're 100% missing out of what it's like in the USA. So to me, to you, I give you guys a huge apology, because us Brits are missing out of the USA, honestly.
We Americans love all of you being here, loving our country. Almost 10,000 people agreed with that single comment. Nobody paid her to apologize to a country. Nobody paid him to bar hop with tourists all week. That's just what happens when the stereotype runs into an actual person.
Brit living in America, and I want to tell you my favorite things about this country. So the first one is the big roads and the big trucks, and everything's just bigger and better here. In England, we have these tiny little roads and you feel like pretty restricted. Second is the free refills, like coffee, soda, anything you want is refillable. And also the portions are huge, and it feels like everything's in abundance here.
She's listing free refills like it's a human right. In some places here, it basically is.
Yeah, like in England, I feel like everything's so teeny tiny. Everything feels like you are in a movie. And then like the police, they're like movie stars. Maybe it's an LA thing. Everywhere you look, you've seen things in a movie like fire hydrants. The way that Americans wake up and they like instantly mow the lawn. I feel like I should have said this first, but it's the people. They are the most enthusiastic, friendly, kind, supportive people. I love the British accent. And they get a bad rep for being fake. A lot of people in England say that, but that is so far from the truth. Service here is amazing. So if you want to go and get your nails done, you get a treatment, or you're going to a restaurant, I know that like tipping is a thing, obviously, but it is so good because you know that they're going to try really hard to do a good job. And in England, you just don't know. It's kind of like a hit or miss. It's not really a thing to tip, I guess.
Say that last part again for the people still complaining about the tip screen.
I love that you can just drive wherever you want. Like I can literally get in my car right now and drive for days and still be in the same country. You can stop at like places on the way. The views go from like mountains to like beach to like desert. And obviously we can't forget about the food. It's Taco Bell. I don't even love Taco Bell, but it's still cool. Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, IHOP, like you can literally go to buy pancakes in the middle of the night. It's open 24 hours. I feel like Americans think it's normal, but like in England we have like McDonald's and that's
free
kind of like
refills, bigger portions, strangers who mean it when they compliment you. None of that sounds like propaganda. And that's exactly the point. Every person in this video started in the same place. A headline, a stereotype, a friend back home saying, "Ugh, Americans." And every one of them left with the opposite opinion, not because someone told them to, but because they did the math themselves. She called it what it was, brainwashing. He called it what it cost him, 100% missing out. It's not that America convinced the world it's great. It's that the world spent years being told it's terrible by people who never actually went. So here's the real question. If the people who spent years mocking America are now the ones publicly apologizing for it, who exactly were we listening to this whole time? Drop your answer below. If you made it this far, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and tell me what you think in the comments.